had a chance to sit down with Alan Ehrlich, the Region 18 Director and Canadian National Show Commission Vice Chair, about some of the history of the show.
Canadian Nationals initially started out as a club show in Western Canada, basically grew from that to the point where it is now. It has previous history, it has been in Vancouver, it has been in Edmonton, and the first time that it moved east was in 1980, 83, and 85. I have been vice chair of the Canadian National Show Commission for 24 years, but I have shown at Canadian Nationals more than 30 times. It moved for 22 years to its home in Regina, Saskatchewan. After 22 years in Regina, basically they weren't going to be allowed to have any more agricultural activity in the new buildings. We had to find another home, and we fortunately found a home in Brandon. Basically, without getting into particulars, we had a contract. The contract was broken because we basically were not allowed to use the buildings, and we had to find a new home. This is Canada. We're reasonably laid back. This facility is very pleasant to be at, very clean, it has a calming effect. The people that we work with at the facility are very accommodating. The volunteers that we have love to come here, and they do a great job. And the general attitude is pretty pleasant, and the facilities itself lends itself to people enjoying competing. They have the access to training areas, to good show rings, and good dirt to ride on. Footing is always a major bone of contention in different places. The footing happens to be quite good here. This show is the only one of AHA's national shows that allows the entire family to show. Everything from all sorts of youth classes to amateur classes to professional classes. I think the quality of horses has always been good. Horses that do very well at Canadian Nationals also do well at US Sport Horse Youth. It takes a pretty nice horse to win. I just think that the quality of what we try to produce is top level. We had budgeted on 710 horses this year, and we have 771, so we're very, very happy about that. In my conversation with one of the judges, and they said, well, what do you think the reason is for the increase? I just think everything we have just touched on, the atmosphere, the ability for the entire family to show, and the fact that good quality horses, when you do well here, it means something. I would like to think that one of the characters of this show is it is very much Canadian as we are. Not to say that that's better than anything else, it's just a little bit different. It is our national show, it is treated as our national show, and it is the biggest breed show in Canada. Our show commission has been together for a long time, and we trust each other, and we'd like to think we've made some good decisions in providing the atmosphere that we provide. You know, I've been here 24 years, Gerald has been here 23 years, Tony 22 years, Dave 12 years, Mark 2 years. I mean, things continue, you know, and there's a link.
We also met with Gerald MacDonald, the Canadian Nationals Show Commission Chair, about show history and what he hopes for the future of Canadian Nationals.
Gerald MacDonald, I'm chairman of the Canadian National Show Commission. This is my 23rd year. Came here to Brandon as a trial for 1 year, and then renewed the contract for a couple of years. And now we're at this point, this year we're at the beginning of a new contract, which is a 5-year contract that we have. Besides having all the age groups, we have all the disciplines with the sport horse, the dressage, the working western, the regular open main ring classes, the halter. So we kind of cover everything that's available. This is our largest entry we've had in Brandon since moving to Brandon. And each year our show has, over the last 5 years, has been growing a little bit each year. I think it's a combination of the economy getting stronger, people getting comfortable with the facility. They know what's happening. We hear every year at the end of the show more and more positive comments and attitude, attitudes about the show, and just how much they're enjoying it, how much they enjoy coming here. Well, when I first started on the commission, it was basically what we would commonly refer to as main ring classes, and the reining classes, and the hunter jumper and dressage. But there was no sport horse. Sport horse didn't exist at that time, so we've added that entire section of both sport horse in hand and sport horse under saddle. I just hope that we can continue to grow and increase our numbers, but at the same time be a fun show and a family show that everybody would like to bring their horses to.
Stay tuned, and we'll see you all tomorrow.